Hey guys, welcome back to ArtosisCasts. Today we're looking at game number 2 here between Sharp and Snow. Dominator is going to be our map, which has given us just fantastic games, a great 3-player map at the moment. I'm still a little bit more of a fan of Sylphid, but I think the balance on Sylphid has gone a little bit awry, and the balance here is probably a little bit better right now. Thank you for tuning in to ArtosisCasts. Hope that you are enjoying the games. I tell you, I really do like it when we get like 2 pros playing against each other, like several times in a row, because it kind of makes a little story, right, of how they're reacting to each other when they queue against each other that many times, really. So very, very cool to see, and 2 of the more entertaining players, if you ask me. So that's very nice indeed. Obviously you guys by now have seen the ASL finals, you know the result and everything. And you know that Snow did end up losing, and it was, not the greatest play from him in that finals. A big part of the weakness of Snow is that it's like his superpower comes from how good he is with Reaver and how good he is at micro. And it's so good that he makes up for weaknesses in macro and optimization and building placement and stuff like that, like very fundamental things. It's kind of a funny thing because the thing is, you can't do everything. This is like an important concept in Brood War. You can't do everything. Like, if you can even go watch Flash play, and while he's microing like a 2-factory attack, he'll go back to his base. He has 10 SCVs not mining. Like I've seen it with my own eyes. That's one of the things that makes Brood War awesome. Where it's like, well, yeah, you just literally can't do everything. There's no multiple building selection. There's all these different hotkeys you have to use, and every single thing takes time. So it's just a game of trade-offs. And the fact that his Reaver micro is so good that he can trade off his mechanical ability is super, super impressive. And I think that's what makes him so fun to watch. So you can see he gets a couple hits on the Marine and decides to pull the Pro back then. The 2 hits specifically is really nice because it makes it so that 2 Zealot hits kill the Marine, or 3 Dragoon hits instead of 3 and 4 respectively. So it is worthwhile to do that if you don't mind the damage on the probe. Here comes that Zealot. So of course, again, the Zealot will only take a couple hits there to kill that Marine. Now the SCV kind of getting into Snow's base now, sees what's up. Dragoon on the way. 3rd Marine coming up here for Sharp. And I think he's probably going to have to add a 3rd depot when he sees this. Oh, yeah, just barely fast enough there. I actually think if Snow had redirected the Zealot this way, he might have just barely gotten a hit on that Marine. There's a lot of things you can do to kind of change pathing. But it looks like Sharp won't make the additional depot, even though he's making the additional Marine. Now, if you do it this way, you have to get up your ramp like immediately and expand. If you decide 4th Marine, no depot. Because you get supply blocked. Like, this is... I think a lot of pros make a mistake with how we see Sharp playing this. This doesn't make sense. Watch. Like, if Snow just runs away, Sharp's build becomes super mega giga unoptimized. Because, look, this is about to finish. Unless he gives units to Snow right now, he can't build anything out of it. He's at 25 of 26. He just started this. Yeah, okay, we got mines on the way. Okay, that's good. Not making SCVs either. It's like, was this the right way? Like, honestly, you can go this route to stop this pressure without the 3rd depot, but like I said, you have to like instantly get this going and instantly get another depot going. And watching him get it this slowly, like this is one of the longest supply blocks that you're ever going to see. Like, I really, really, really think it's superior to just make the 3rd depot. And as far as pros go, I would say most of them will make the 3rd depot, but we see this type of play sometimes as well. And it's just like, it's about minimizing that supply block. Look at the worker differential. What is this? Nexus first? He's up 3-4 workers. You guys know I love Sharp. He's like one of my favorite players. I love watching him play. He's a really nice guy. I've played games with him, right? But I think that this was not the appropriate way to play this game. There's just no reason for him to be down like this. But it's not like he's dead or anything. I don't want to oversell it. This is annoying, though. It is annoying. He could have probably pretty equal as far as worker counts go and everything like that, and you know, could be in just a better position overall. Right now, Snow looking for a little bit more value here. I don't think he's going to get it. Sharp's not going to lose this tank. His attention's over here. The Vulture died at the other side of the map, so there's nothing else to really watch. And you can see there's this little dance. Snow wants him to come out to hit, because if he comes out to hit, Snow's going to get 3 volleys. It's a very delicate little dance. Okay, he lays the mine down, and that actually screws everything up. Like, with the mine there, you're really not going to be able to get anything done. Looks like Snow still wants to stay here. I think he's just trying to slow down vultures coming on the map and blocking expansions and whatnot. So, Snow right now going 1 gate Reaver. He'll probably add the 2nd gate. Although, like, sometimes people go 3rd Nexus off of 1 gate Reaver, which is, for me as a Terran player, one of the things I least like to see. It's like, well, I better be able to punish. Okay, lays a couple mines on his way out. He actually, the Marines kind of stepping all over each other. Really good micro from Snow, as you can see. All right, he is going to be able to target that down very quickly. Nice, nice. Okay, okay. So he pushes the goons back, but he lost 3 vultures and his Marines for like a goon and a zealot there. So you can see definitely the control goes to Snow. And Snow, by the way, I think he is going to go Nexus off just the 1 gate plus Reaver. So that's like, this is one of the greedier things you can do, is to only have a single gate when you make your 3rd Nexus. Now, the Reaver, the thing is, again, he's so good with Reaver that this type of stuff kind of works out for him. Like, that is his superpower. He is by far the best Reaver user ever. So, Sharp right now doesn't know exactly 100% what's going on. He does not have good map control or map awareness right now. He is sending out the SCV. There are a few mines, right? So he's going to know, like, if he's being approached for the most part, but will the SCV get to see the 3rd Nexus? You never know. You don't know where he's going to send it. It looks like he's going to send it here, because this is actually a more common 3rd, but Snow is taking a very aggressive forward 3rd here. As far as Sharp goes, in my opinion, you're supposed to take this 3rd here. I've talked about it insanely much about where you should expand in this matchup on different positions. But yeah, I think if Sharp, like, I could see Sharp trying to expand here. It's doable. I think it's probably doable, but a little bit difficult, especially against someone good with shuttles. Whereas this tightens everything up against the shuttles. Okay, so the Reaver drop is coming in. Ooh, could scare a bit. Yeah, that was never going to hit. When it started going in there, I'm like, no, no, no. It was trying to get to that SCV, so it was trying to path around here, and it just went way too far and canceled itself. Oh, Snow taking a couple extra hits there. Ha! It was waiting. It was waiting behind the academy. Goliath range on the way. Okay, we have the extra gateways. So up to 5 gates right now. Throwing down some extra pylons. Okay, he's coming back maybe for the secondary Reaver. Clearing out here, just making sure that he's ready for that 4th Nexus. Look at that supply difference. 91 to 67 already. Up 10 workers, Snow is. 5 factories coming up for Sharp. The factories are a little bit late. Like, he has just been... He's been hobbled a little bit. Like, the Snow has really, really annoyed him in this game so far. Okay, pulls those back. Reaver Scarab damage is on the way. Not great defense in his main base against this. Dragoon's coming up to clear these mines and just put some additional pressure on the front. This is where Snow really, really excels. SCV actually dealing with probe up there. So it looks like the probe... Oh, the probe actually gets pulled back. Damn, he's really good. That's crazy. Save that probe. It had one hit from death. Okay, finally pushes that out. Yeah, I think you got to just have mines all over the place. It's... You know what it is? Like, against most Protoss players, you lay mines. And it's like, okay, this is a little trap. Like, they might lose the Reaver when it comes in. Snow will never lose the Reaver. But you can make it gross enough that it takes him too long to micro in the area and he'll skip it. I think that's actually the right way to play against Snow, is you make it so that it's unappealing for him to do something with his Reavers in a certain area. Because he can do it. Like, he's like an octopus opening a puzzle or something, right? Like, he's got his tentacles everywhere. He can do it, but his Reaver brain in his hand won't want to dig through. Like, if there's a ton of mines and turrets, it's like, okay, well, my time is better spent elsewhere. Okay, 4th Nexus is coming up. Sharp does not have a 3rd command center started yet. We're getting pretty late for a 3rd. Feels like Snow is getting into a pretty good position here. The way Sharp is pushing, my guess is he's going to take a 3rd base here. And, well, he's going to have to take it quickly. His SCV count is really terrible right now. This is like, just looking at SCV counts, if you covered up the time and showed me just like this and be like, what's happening here? I'd say, okay, this is like a 2 base all in, a 5 or a 6 fact. That's kind of what it looks like right now. I don't know if that's how it's going to turn out. But Snow is giving him the runaround right now. And you can see how strong he is on a map that's actually good for Speed Shuttle. Like, specifically good. He is doing such a good job of slowing everything. And, of course, that plus Reaver damage allows the 2 Scarabs from each Reaver will kill Depot. You know, because it gives them plus 25 damage. So it's like 125 times 4, 500. Of course, there is armor on the Depot, so it technically only, you know, it does 1 less than that, but they catch on fire, so they burn down almost instantaneously. But he's already killed a lot of these Depots. Look at this supply, 103 to 76. And Snow's sitting here very comfortably at 146 supply. 3rd command center goes up. 4th Nexus is done, but probes have not been transferred there. Finally now sending them. Yeah, the position really doesn't look good for Sharp. Now, a couple things. The metagame has shifted a little bit. We're seeing a lot of players skip Starport and Science Facility altogether and play on 1-1 for an exceedingly long time in Terran versus Protoss. Like, that's pretty popular. I've actually utilized it a little bit, and in certain situations, it is really strong. Like, for instance, if you're behind, it gives you a way better chance of catching up. Because, like, if you're slow and you get upgrades, it's like, well, Protoss just takes the map. But if you just nail out all your production and get a ton of units, sometimes that allows you to fight back. So I'm going to predict that's exactly what Sharp will do here. I've seen him do it some already. He's actually been playing pretty well recently. And definitely have seen the lack of going for +2 upgrades for a long time from Sharp. I think I saw like a 30-minute game where he didn't even get the Starport. But I think that would probably be the best way to play. Like, he just needs to get out as many units as he possibly can so that he has some aggressive options here to get back in the game. Because look at this. 5th base coming up as the 3rd is getting mined. That's exactly what Protoss wants. Now, here comes Snow once again. And see how he turned around with the Reavers? This is what I was talking about. It's not that he can't get in here and do something. Well, in this particular case, there's so many units he couldn't. But, like, you basically want to make it so that Snow doesn't come in, which is funny because I've talked in the past about how actually that would be over-defending a lot of the time because it's better for them to fly in and lose stuff than to just see 58 turrets and say, no, I think I'll just go make a Nexus and not waste my units, right? But against Snow, like, you need quite a bit. So the prevention, the over-defending might actually just be defending against Snow. Let me know what you think about that. Is that even a real thing? Like, could that be a real thing that, like, he's such a different level of it that, like, it actually requires a different theory behind it? Because I think in general the theory of punish is the most important thing. But against Snow, it's like you can't really punish his Reaver because he doesn't overcommit with it. Like, he'll micro correctly and he knows exactly what can be done better than anyone in the world, without question. All right, good dodge there. But Snow is setting up a 6th base. Looks like Sharp is getting ready for another base as well. He's got a good defensive setup. He's got very good supply right now. Notice the 3 add-ons. He's on 7 factory total, which is like a little bit low, but, you know, he's been hobbled this game, so we get it. Snow on 60 probes, so it's like a little bit low for how big an economy he has, but it's okay. It's going to help him to make a little bit bigger army. Generally, you know, you probably want about 6 more probes than this. Reaver's going to block anything from running in here while Snow gets the base ready. Some cannons, some gateways as well, very important. Vulture's looking like they wanted to catch some of that probe transfer, but Snow pulls them away. All right, now we get to see, what does Sharp want to do? Is Sharp going to expand in this direction? Is he going to attack in this direction? If he attacks in this direction, maybe he should expand up here, but that's really far away. It's a very hard choice. Honestly, in this particular game, I feel like pushing into this area would be the most powerful thing you can do. Like, push into this area, hold this area, push really strongly down here while expanding here and here. Just wipe out this area, and yeah, Snow will take the top, but I think that that's probably the best play. We can talk more about that in a minute, but yeah, here he comes. He is pushing down. Snow is like kind of threatening a counterattack, so Sharp comes down, and he has the army that can deal with this pretty easily. Not that many Psy Storms out here. Very, very Dragoon heavy, so the tank's going to do a great job. And he clears quite a bit of army. Army supply, very similar right now. Yeah, I think you got to zone forward here. You definitely got to kill that off. You definitely got to take that base. This mineral base, not going to be alive much longer, I think. Even though Snow coming up here and whittling this down a little bit. Like, it does seem like Sharp has enough that he still should be able to push through this without too much problem. Sharp kind of microing forward underneath the Psy Storms, picking off what he can. Gets rid of that shuttle. Is he going to expand here while attacking here? Like, I don't mind it because this is so far away from any action. The odds of it being attacked are not super high. But I do think he just needs to clear these 2 areas and take those bases. Like, those are going to be ones that are protected by his push. Because if he loses this push, the game's over anyway. So there's no reason not to expand behind it. So right now, Sharp actually has quite a bit of money. It's kind of surprising. Probably should add some more factories, but definitely has to add command centers. No matter what else you think, he needs command centers right now. Okay, he does start one. Right. Oh, he has one right there. Okay. And he starts another one up here. Okay, that makes more sense. Would like to see him try to go and actually expand to that bottom right base now. Okay, this army's getting a little bit small. This is where I think you kind of siege here a little bit, lay a few mines, and get more vultures down here and kind of make sure you're holding this position. He's pulling back pretty heavily. Vulture's rotated down here and will end up dealing with this. He's got some mines in the path. Okay, a few siege shanks left over. Starts to go to the north. Not entirely sure about what the idea is with this, because I don't think that he has a big enough army to take, like, 2/3 of it and go break anything else. And you can see Snow is very quickly clearing this area. I feel like this is a very important area right here. Okay, Sharp. Oh, God. A couple Zealots in here being really, really annoying, especially with those 1/1 upgrades. The SCVs just cannot fight. That Nexus will get taken out. Snow's not even going to try to save it. He's got other stuff to do. That base is never going to be mined for him, of course. That I think he was taking that in case Sharp just pushed everything to the north. And then this would be a reasonable base. He might actually even clean it up. We'll see. So now we have this base taken by Sharp. Definitely needs to send a few more SCVs. As you can see, he's got like super saturation here, some idols. This one's getting low. So yeah, just sending some more SCVs would be really helpful. He actually starts making probes here as he clears this. Sharp never dedicating quite enough units to take this down. Snow actually just... Yeah, I guess so. Some more turrets going up. Okay, forces Snow back a little bit. I do want to just check real quick. Okay, that's a really good gateway count. And yeah, just gates. Okay, looks like standard stuff for the mass speed shuttle style. Getting some observer upgrades. Is that? Okay, that's sight range. Very good upgrade for observers, of course. Both the observer upgrades are really, really awesome. And yeah, okay, so he does finally have the science facility and everything. We're 20 minutes in, and he does have +2 started. So, of course, it is very late, but, you know, like I said, that's kind of like a little meta right now, especially when you're behind, is to skip that out and just kind of play with a lot of units. Okay, comes down, has a shuttle full of High Templars here. Yeah, he's not going to be able to quite save this, but I guess killing these tanks is nice. And Sharp will probably have to send a few more units up here to defend. This could definitely break that as of right now. We'll see if he actually pushes. Yeah, looks like he will. He tries to. Okay, Sharp brings enough units. He can push that back pretty easily. Sharp actually up in supply and up in workers, kind of surprising. He's got this base mining now. Might actually be able to do this. Finally did add another factory. So we're up at 8 now. Just a little bit of scuffling going on. Snow on 2-2 with 3-3 on the way. You are going to start feeling that for sure. 3-3 Protoss units are going to be fighting against 1-1 Terran units pretty soon. And of course, the Terran damage output is very, very high regardless, even with just the +1. So, like, you can still kind of fight, but believe me, you'll feel it, especially in situations where you're not utilizing siege mode or mines, which actually, as games get messier, that does happen a little bit more. So you might start to realize that as the Protoss upgrades continue to be awesome. All right, attack coming in here. Dropping out some Zealots. Okay, only Zealots, though. No High Templars in there. He's just trying to shove up. I'm really surprised he's shoving up with no splash damage, but he gets on top of these siege tanks. Looks like he should be able to knock these all out. In the meantime, though, this push is starting to clear out this area. And if he just brings his reinforcements down, he should be able to hold on to this still. I'm surprised Snow is dedicating so many units to trying to get this base. This is so easy for Sharp to defend when it's not like a full army out of Snow. And this kind of split situation is not looking good for our Protoss player. So, Sharp continuing to push forward. Some Psy Storms definitely going to help out quite a bit. Good dodge there on those Psy Storms. Do have to be careful, though. Still quite a few left over. He does have that Kadarian Amulet for the extra Psy Storms. And really gets some ridiculous ones in there. Still, Sharp rallying up a lot of units. Snow has a pretty big bank maxed out. He should be able to start throwing waves and waves and waves of Zealots into this. All right, +2 attack is done against the 3-3 of Protoss. Some more storms going to be coming out. Flanking from both sides. Those Psy Storms doing really, really good work. Really reducing the lifespan of those siege tanks. And he is going to be able to push this pretty far back from his pizza slice. All right, I think it's time for Sharp to just kind of jump around and grab all of his units. You know, like he actually is, like if you look here, right? He probably doesn't even realize that he has these units here, for instance. Look at this. This has been sitting there for a long time. Every single unit is really going to matter for him right now. He's right on the brink of Snow having too much. So, like, he's just got to make sure that he's got, like, a really high-quality army as much as he can. Ooh, good pullback there last second. All right, Sharp continuing to push up. Has a lot of Goliaths in here, so going to be hard to make those shuttles work. Doesn't get to target that one down, unfortunately. Lots of speed zealots. That's what you can do with a bank like that. Just running those speed zealots into absolutely everything. I think we're really close to Snow taking this. There's still a slight chance for Sharp. I wonder if Sharp should attempt to just like hold this position, or he should continue to push. Because I feel like the push isn't going to quite work. There's too big of a flank here. But if he can do something like hold this general area, he might be able to secure this base. And that might be enough of the map to end up grinding Snow down. Well, Snow right now doing another attack into this base. I think he recognizes that if he denies this base, he should win the game. Because right now, Sharp is just on those two bases. His third base, the mineral base, is very close to mine. I know. See? But yeah, if he denies this one, it's like Sharp is just not going to be able to refill his army much anymore. Snow holding the area. Warping in an Archon there with the used High Templars. Yeah, Sharp's gotta get something done here. Puts that command center away so it doesn't die. Let's see if there's any tech switches or anything. Okay, he's getting plasma shields. Still has definitely some minerals left around. Doesn't really have that many workers, honestly, but he has so many patches, it's all right. His efficiency is insane on it. So another attack up into this fourth base area, and he doesn't have that many units nearby. Uh-oh, these zealots actually causing some real problems right now. Uh-oh. If he gets this base, oh geez. Okay, actually that did not kill very much. This is looking real bad for Sharp. Like, don't forget, Snow is buying time during all of this. Like, while Sharp is cleaning this up, Snow is gaining, like, a bigger bank. He's still denying this. Sharp has had to spend a lot of his time and resources kind of retaking this base, which is the right choice. You can see, like, right now, Snow is just trying to slow everything. Getting ready to get yet another base up. What base number is that? There's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8th base coming up. Pretty insane. Hasn't really hit this base, so that's pretty good for Sharp, but it looks like he might change that now. Really running Sharp around absolutely everywhere. Great Psy Storms as the reinforcing army comes in. Well, Sharp will be able to clear that army as well, but Snow's got plenty more where that came from. His bank is just ginormous still. Could mine a little bit more gas. We definitely could see that. Okay, he is getting a bit more. And wow, we just saw the bank absolutely disappear. Mass queued up. Ooh, good probe catch coming in. Don't forget, he doesn't have that many workers. Maybe Sharp can still do this. So, I would say Snow right now, he's got to get his army together. You need to put the 200 supply together because Sharp is spread very thin right now. And it's hard to imagine that Snow can't break an area with 200 supply. Especially considering his 53 probes. Like, that is a very large army. That's almost 150 army supply, which is insane. That is such a large army. And then you look at Sharp, and he's got like 90, and he's like got the whole right side of the map. So it's just like too much area to cover. All right, gets a great Psy Storm down here, trying to break this base once again. Second Psy Storm will eliminate those 3 siege tanks. Snow just rallying endless troops in. Gonna get on top of this tank. 3-3 upgrades have finally finished up. 3-1-3 here for Stork. I mean, not Stork. I've been casting a lot of Stork lately. For Snow. And yeah, you will break that base. And this brings, like, Sharp down in supply so dramatically. Look at this, even taking another base over here. He's almost mined out. This base is still okay. The space is gone as anticipated. Gotta get D-Matrix down there. Oh, that was not a good EMP. A D-Matrix would have been helpful. Helpful, new word. Yeah. I think Sharp is just gonna have to GG here. GG! Sharp taking a very excellent, Snow taking a very excellent game here on Dominator. I do think that Sharp misplayed a little bit. I obviously went over heavily what was going on in this general area. And I did like what he did down here with the push, but I think he should have kind of reinforced, held that area, and kind of built out from there. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.